My name is Joash Msanii. Most people know me as Joe Msanii. I'm the director from Msanii Records, and also a music writer, producer for Msanii Music Group, who are privileged to attend here and participate as one of the performers. Let me first of all say that I've been a producer for choir for quite a long time, not very long, but again, at least I have an experience for 10 years. I've been a producer, so sometimes there is, when you are in a certain field, you learn what people buy the most. If you are working in maybe in any enterprise, you will have to look at the patterns. So I was privileged to be a producer in Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda. So my traveling around experience, I think, gave me the idea to do this kind of music. But again, not only that, the type of music, but again, let me say the expertise we use in the production has given people, the reason to listen to the music that we do. Yeah. Having worked in Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, if you listen to some of our music, it's somehow a cocktail of what people like from around. Yeah, I can still say that we have not done so much, but whatever we've done, so anybody who loves music may have to appreciate. Yeah. Well, we are diverse. Our style is diverse because we do all types of music, from the hymns, to contemporary styles. Yeah, I think we don't do one type of music. We also enjoy doing covers. We appreciate the music that has been done by other people. We do it in some different ways and give them a different approach. Yeah. Yes, we are doing production. We are doing production, and again, only that now we are doing more, of course, from Msanii Music Group as singers as well, where we started in 2020. Actually, Msanii Music Group was not there for long. It just came up in 2020 when the business went down. And it came up as an idea that we can start a studio choir, which is now doing, of course, very well in East Africa. And of course, we thank God for that, because we did not expect even ourselves to reach there. Yeah. You see, the good thing about when you're doing something good, people will have to speak. And again, I like the fact that even Jesus Christ, when he was on the earth, not all people liked him. In fact, the majority criticized him, and that's why it ended up into, he ended up to die on the cross. So, usually when you're doing something good, people will criticize. But again, I can say that even in the SDA church, where I'm a member, people still disagree. You see, even if you go to the local church, people disagree. Sometimes you even bring in a trainer and they will criticize another trainer. He will say this style of music is not according to our doctrines. So people have different perspectives, and I think they also have a right to talk, but it should not make us deviate from our goals. We keep on soaring. Oh yes, I know, when, as a singing group attached to NSDA church, you have to adhere with the rules and regulations of the church and follow strictly, so that you can perform in the official functions of the church. But personally, I also believe in extra work, preaching, not necessarily using the church platform, but using even personal, family, and even friends platform, so that you can reach people and bring them back to the church. You see, the good thing, I don't have a church personally. I can tell people that come to this. If they ask me, where are you going, I'll be there. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. So if you read especially the comments section for our music in YouTube and other platforms, the people will say, I would want to join your church. And we tell them, yeah, go to any SDA church in the nearest. And most people have been, converted. So I can say it's also good to encourage groups who are independent, to work with their budgets and pursue the common goal, bringing more souls for Christ. Yes. You see, if you're in Kenya, in SDA, we actually have these almost two categorized styles. If you go to some rich churches and those people who believe in a lot in the let me say, for example, English-speaking churches, most of them, you see people, when you change the language, you also change the class and even maybe the approach of so many things. So if you go to some English-speaking churches, you would find that they do things in more visual way. They do music like soft music. But again, now if you go to the majority, especially, we are all Africans. But if you go now to the majority, the Swahili-speaking churches, they do more contemporary music. People are made of rhythm. That's why now they call them mcha. When you play the music, you have to hype it so that they get the mood to match, and hence dumcha. But I think all this music is glorifying God, because at the end of the day, it's the purpose of your music. If you're doing it for the glory of God, I don't think there is sin anywhere. You can still sing the classic music, but at the same time, maybe you even put some wrong lyrics in it. And some people may still appreciate when they're listening to the sweet strings and instruments and the soft guitars, but at the end of the day, you are singing wrong things. So I think it's good, and it's time we should start acknowledging all these categories and appreciate that people can glorify God. For example, if you go to Uganda, they do music which most people categorize as producers, categorize as zouk. And if you go to most Adventist churches, they use that particular music in Uganda. It does well, and it reaches the society more than any other music. If you go to Tanzania, it's a little bit soft than Kenya, but in some areas, if you go to Mwanza, if you go to Arusha, you will find that their music is more of dumcha. But if you go to some other areas like Dar es Salaam, some Nyarugusu, you'll find that they have some regulations that their music must be soft. But if you go to Kurazini again in Dar es Salaam, their music is dumcha. You go to Mbiu, it's the same. Yeah, so I think it's good to impress. Okay, composing a song, let me say it's a gift, a talent, which God gives. But again, now when it comes to writing a song, of course, composing and even creating the tune and everything, for me it comes in many ways. If somebody tells you that I want a song for a particular function, I want a song about this message, I can actually sit down and start generating some tunes. I may ask them their preferences, of course. Do you want it classical? Do you want it which style do you prefer? Most people don't know. They can actually even forward you and tell you, I want it sound like this. I want it to be, more. So then I work on that. But again, now most of the songs that I write, sometimes they come at night. You are dreaming and you get a very nice tune. You wake up and you put it in the word. Sometimes you record the voice. When now you wake up, you can do a whole verse. Sometimes you are walking in the street and the tune just comes up and you record the tune. But in most cases, when I'm in church and the preacher is preaching, again they revoke a certain message. They provoke a certain message, and my brain start working. Again, I may even walk out of the sermon and put some tune down. So later, then I proceed with full composition. So it comes in different ways, but again, I think it's God who works in all that manner. Maybe let me say lastly that this event Mbarikiwa, I'm privileged to be one of the founders. We started this way back in 2017 in Dar es Salaam. That is when I had gone there to open a Msanii Records branch. Then we came together, the brains of 5 men. Then we said we want to start a concert. We brought in some suggestions. I remember bringing up Sing to Save as a title. But since it was Tanzania and most Tanzanians felt like they wanted to give it a Swahili ground, then they said, we had some options. We settled on Mbarikiwa. So today I'm privileged that we've been able to do concerts. We did it in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam, in Mwanza, in Dar es Salaam twice, of course. And we have done it in Kenya before, but in Kisii. We did it in Lusaka, Zambia. We did it in Kampala, Uganda. And when COVID came, it slowed us down. But we are now back. And this is now the Nairobi chapter. So it's a wonderful experience. We bring different choirs into one platform. Thank you so much. Now, in Msanii Music Group, we have big dreams. Right now, we are no longer just Msanii Music Group. We are Msanii Music Group Foundation. We are a registered foundation, and we have big dreams. Some of them we have unveiled them in our website. If you want to get more information, you just go to www.msanimusicgroup.org, and you'll see much of about us, what we've been doing, and what we are anticipating to do. But again, just expect more bigger things. We are venturing into charities and even investments. Imba kwa Akili is basically uniting people, different choirs from different regions. That's the major one. But again, we support these music groups. We give them, challenges and reasons to grow. So they are big dreams. But again, let me say right now, the dream is in the hands of one Martin Nguza from Dar es Salaam, who is now carrying on with the Imba kwa Akili. Some of us, of course, we dropped. In as much as we started, we dropped along the way, but they have a lot. They already have a studio for Imba kwa Akili in Dar es Salaam, and they have many other projects they are doing.